would say one thing to all the writers: they should enhance their reading. And those who write poetry, for them one book which they must read before writing further poetry, that is Poetry in the Making by Ted Hughes. Poetry in the Making by Ted Hughes. Again I repeat, and still those who see themselves to become poets. Poetry in the Making by Ted Hughes. Ted Hughes wrote that book in particular for the young people, for the school children, for the college students who want to write poetry. So that is what I would suggest, that one book you must read. And second thing, I would also suggest you must read Ted Hughes' poetry. You must read Shambaugh House. You must read a great deal of modern poetry. You should read Vikram Seth also. If you write throughout the week, if you read 4 days and write 2 days, that's also very good. I'm not deciding anything for you, but I want you to be a reader first. Because I did my research on Derek Walcott, and Walcott, who is a Caribbean Nobel Prize winner in poetry, and what he says, when I was beginning to write poetry, I used to copy the styles of other writers. For example, one morning I would copy the poem of Dylan Thomas. The other morning I would copy. He used the word imitate. I am simplifying. I copied the poem of Ted Hughes. The third morning I copied the poem of Shambaugh House. And the fourth morning I would copy the poem of Robert Lowell. Sixth morning I would copy the poem of Joseph Brodsky. So he says, before writing actually, he needs to understand and absorb the style of the master craftsman. So reading, we read, we travel, we become. So my quick suggestion is a suggestion to all the people who do poetry. They should actually read poetry, and they can actually imitate their styles also. And finally, you can discover your own voice also. So that is one. And if you contact me or you email me on phone, I can also give you a list of other poets also which you can follow. Because reading is important. And when somebody said, when I get stuck, I'm not reading, what should I do? When I'm not writing, what should I do? You should read. Reading is also traveling. But what kind of material you read, that is very important. I was fortunate enough that I was guided by Mr. Rajuddin and Edward Bond. What should I read actually? So you should also know which kind of poets you should read to improve your craft of writing. So I think it is essential to read and to absorb the craft of, like I said, Ted Hughes, for example. I'm reading Crow poems these days by Ted Hughes. So you should read Ted Hughes, you read Shambaugh House, you read actually movement poets, Philip Larkin. So you need to first soak yourself in the poetry. So that will help you find your poetic voice and your craft also. So please don't hurry to become famous. Don't hurry to become popular overnight. If you have a long journey to make, if you want to be remembered, if you want to be included in the syllabus, for that purpose, you need to work on your craft. I'm sorry, writers are solitary figures. I'm sorry, it's not easier. You have to be solitary. If you imagine yourself, and please don't be deceived by prizes. If you are not given a prize, don't worry. Prizes, I don't believe in prizes, I don't believe in scholarships. They are also given to encourage a particular brand of writing. Few Nobel Prizes are given to very wrong people. I often see and I often think. So don't worry about prizes. Don't worry about your achievements, about your publication. You continue to work. And one day, if you are serious enough with your work, if madness has descended upon you, then your work would reach the public. But please don't try to become famous overnight. And these days we have this world of media where you can, where actually we want to be famous overnight. So actually you work on your craft. So I would quickly suggest, and please, reading doesn't get over. You have to read throughout your life. So and I would like you to read not in soft books, read in hard books. One thing. And second, quick to those people who write short stories. And who write fiction, short stories. For them, I would also suggest they need to read good short stories. They need to read good fiction before they started writing, develop their own craft. So, for example, there can be lot of. I don't encourage you to read Joseph Conrad. I don't encourage you to read Thomas Hardy. Yes, you can read. For example, there is this novel called A Suitable Boy by Vikram Seth. Yes, and you can also read the fiction written by Ben Okri. Please read Ben Okri. I can just, say this to tell all of you. If you don't read Ben Okri's prose, read his short stories. And then, actually, these Africans are magicians with the language. So you could see the kind of craft, for example, Okri's The Famished Road. So you read the famished road would enter your bones. It would run like a blood. When you read a famished road, it is like you are on a boat, and boat is just, sailing on the sea. So you read his other book of short stories also. He's a brilliant, brilliant man. So that's what I would advise. And those who are writing non-fiction, I would encourage them to read Vikram Seth's Two Lives and Arundhati Ray's non-fiction. So in a nutshell, that you can, if you send me a question, I can further help you. In case anybody needs any help from me, I am there. That it is important. Please don't ask everyone what you should read. Please don't ask everyone. Everyone has a number of books. You know what you want to become, then contact the right person what you should read. And don't show your work to everyone. Mostly people are discouraged. Don't show your work to everyone. So work quietly, and hopefully, someday sun will rise. Thank you very much.